Welcome to channel Qtomation. In today's session, we will understand about path parameters and query parameters, how to send path parameters and query parameters in request via rest assured that we will see today. But first, let's understand what is exactly path parameter and query parameter in URL. What is path parameter? Path parameters are part of the URL which are used to identify a specific resource or object. So path parameters are part of the URL path which are used to identify a specific resource. They are placed directly after the domain or base path separated by slash and typically used to access a single item, for example user ID, product ID, etc. And path parameters are usually required in URL. For example, if you see this URL https api.restful-api.dev, or it can be https www.google.com, amazon.in. Up to that point it is basically a domain. It is a server domain part in the URL. But after this domain part, if you see, there is a slash, and after this slash this is a path parameter. Objects is also path parameter, and again after slash 3 is also a path parameter. So this is kind of a path parameter first one, and it is a second path parameter. So here objects as well as 3 are path parameter indicating object ID 3. But if the URL is same, so for example if your entire URL is same and only if this part is changing, then we can consider path parameter to this specific point in our rest assured testing, because up to this point if everything is same, then we don't have to specifically create another path parameter for this objects parameter. But ideally this is also kind of a path parameter only. So this is a domain, after forward slash whatever comes, that is path parameter. This is also path parameter. They are typically used to access a single item. So inside these objects there is a third parameter indicating object ID 3. So this is a path parameter. Then what are the query parameters? So query parameters are used to filter, sort, or narrow down the result set, and usually they are placed after the question mark. So if in any URL, if you see the question mark, after the question mark path parameters are placed, and there can be a single or multiple query parameters can be present as well. Multiple query parameters are separated by and symbol, and they are optional and do not define the resource but rather modify the result. For example, if you take this example URL, in this is a path parameter, and after question mark we are putting query parameter. So ID is query parameter. So we are finding, basically we are querying, or we can say we are filtering the result. So we want ID equals to 3, ID equals to 5, and ID equals to 10. So we want to find out objects with ID 3, 5 and 10. So this is like a narrowing the result and getting only objects of ID 3, 5 and 10. So here ID equals to 3, ID equals to 5, ID equals to 10 are query parameters. They are used to fetch multiple objects by their ID. So if you see this example, we will see practically as well. But in restful-api.dev, there is one get URL. In this get URL, if you see, this is a domain. Up to this point, it is a domain. After that, there is a slash, objects is a path parameter. So it is redirecting us to that specific resource on the server. So this path parameter objects is redirecting us. So it imagine like it is taking us up to objects location on the server, and objects contain multiple IDs, multiple objects with different IDs. And after question mark we are putting query parameters. So we are now fetching the result. We are now fetching selected results or selected objects from that resource. For example, if I want in output, so this is a response, so I want to fetch record of object with ID 3, 5 and 10. That's why in this query parameter we are putting ID equals to 3, ID equals to 5 and ID equals to 10. So these are called query parameters. So query parameters are used to filter out the result. We can put any query parameter. If you put ID equals to 7, then according to that it will fetch only 7th object ID. So it is like a filtering. It is like giving the selected result depending on query parameters. So I hope you have understood the concept of path parameter and query parameter. Now we will use the same example, same endpoint, same URL, and we will see how we can separate out path parameter and query parameter in REST assured. So let's copy this, but before that, let's go to Eclipse. I'm going to create a new class. Let's name this class as path param query param demo. So we have created a simple class. In this class, I will just create one method, void test path and query params. Let's say demo. So this is a method which I have created, in which we will add the method body. We have to provide @test. Let's import test_ng annotation. Also, since we are using REST assured, we also need some static packages. So let's import those static packages as well. Now we have created a method. Now our regular syntax, for example, given dot when dot then section, given when and then section. So let me just copy the URL of that GET request. Control C. I'm just putting that here in comment for reference. So this is a endpoint. And what is the type of request? It is a GET request. So now we have to handle path parameters and query parameters. So what is the path parameter? I have already explained. So up to this point, this is a base URL. This is a base URI. After that, it is redirecting us via path parameter to object section on the resource. So objects is a path parameter. Then comes the question mark, and ID is a query parameter. ID equals to 3, ID equals to 5, ID equals to 10. These are the query parameters. So such path parameters and query parameters, we can put them in given section. So they are kind of a prerequisite which we can put in given section. So in given section, pay the attention now. So in given section, we can use one method, that is path param. And in this we can define, let's say my path. We can give any name. So I'm just giving name to these objects. So this is a path parameter, and I am defining one variable, that is my path objects, and objects will be mapped with this my path objects. So we are mapping these objects, which is a path parameter, to this specific variable. And to provide query parameter, we can use another method, that is query param. And in this query param, one by one we can put this query parameter. So first one is id. So id is a query parameter, and what is the value we want to give? 3. There is another query parameter, we can give single or multiple. So for another query parameter, again we have to use dot query param. Again we have to provide id, but what is the value we want to pass? That is 5. And third one is again query parameter. By using query param method, in this we are passing id comma, let's say 10. So just understand. So in given section we are providing path parameter, that is objects, which we are mapping with this variable my path objects. You can give any name here. After that, these are the query parameters, first, second and third, 3 query parameters, and we have to provide the exact value. So whatever value we want to pass, so id is a value, id is a name of that query parameter. So we have to put exactly similarly this into this quotes id. First parameter is 3, second query parameter id we are passing as 5, and third query parameter we are passing it as 10. If there is another query parameter, we have to again add in this by using dot. And now in when section, what we can do, we can first provide what type of request, get request. And here if you see, now I am just providing the url. You don't have to provide the entire url now. You can just provide url like this. So objects, so objects is a path parameter. So what value you are mapping with the objects? My path object. So this is a variable. So in API endpoint, what we can mention is, for this path parameter, we can simply put bracket, curly bracket, and inside this curly bracket, we have to put this variable. So I am saying that after this domain in this URL, this is my path parameter variable. So I am passing my path objects, which means it will take objects one. So it will pass this slash objects here. And you don't have to pass query parameters after that. We have to pass like this only. So we just have to mention the variable of path parameter. This is the my path objects, which is mapped to objects. So it will pass these objects into this URL, and query parameters will automatically passed to this URL. So we are querying. So this we don't have to add in this URL. This we have already defined in given section. So it will automatically know that after this URL, these are the query parameters which we have to append. So it will automatically append them by using this and symbols. So it will automatically put the question mark. It will assign id equals to 3 and id equals to 5 and id equals to 10. And then it will hit that URL. So at the end, this part will eventually hit this specific URL with path parameter as objects and these 3 query parameters. We don't have to explicitly pass this into get section after this URL. It will automatically know that these are the query parameters which we have to pass to this specific URL. And now after hitting this endpoint or URL, in then section we can validate, let's say status code, it should be 200, and we can also log the body. Let's say I want to log the body in my console, dot log dot all. It will log the entire response in my console whenever we execute this test case. So I hope you have understood this. So this is the simple concept of handling path parameters and query parameters. So this is a get request which we want to hit up to this point. So let's say you have www.google.com or amazon.in or any other URL. So after dot to this point, it is a domain, and whatever comes after this forward slash is basically a path parameter, and we can append the query parameters after question mark. So we are saying first query parameter as id equals to 3 and id equals to 5 and id equals to 10. So we can mention path parameter in given section. We can assign some variable value to it. We are naming that path parameter. So objects is my path parameter which I want to put in the URL. I am assigning this specific value. So objects, I am just naming it as my path objects. And query parameter we have to pass as it is. So I am using the exact name ID. Here you cannot use a different name. Here we have to use exactly same name like this. So if it is ID, then we have to use ID only. And here value can change. So currently I have provided 3, 5 and 10. So it will assign query parameters as ID equals to 3, ID equals to 5 and ID equals to 10. So that whenever this endpoint will be hit, it will fetch the response. It will fetch the objects which are having ID equals to 3, 5 and 10. So which objects it will fetch? It will fetch this response. ID equals to 3, employee ID equals to 5 and product ID is equal to 10. Not the employee ID but the product ID. So it will fetch this specific 3 records which are having ID 3, 5 and 10. Let's execute this file and let's see the output. So I'm just running this test as test-ng test. Once you run this test in console, you will be able to see the response. Now if you see the response, test case is passed. Third ID, ID 5 record and ID 10 record. Now I will just change the ID. So if I want to change the ID, what I have to change? I just have to change the query parameter. So here I am passing, instead of 3, let's say I am passing 2. Instead of 5, I am passing 6. And instead of 10, I am passing 7. So what it will do now? It will pass these 2, 6 and 7 to this endpoint. It will fetch the records of ID 2nd, 6th and 7th. So let's execute again. Let's execute the file again. And if you see the records now in the response, which records it has fetched? For ID 2nd, ID 6 and ID 7. So this is how we can work with path parameters and query parameters. So I hope you understood this session. So it is a good practice that we should always separate out path parameter and query parameter in given section. We should always separate out path parameter and query parameter in given section. You should not hit entire URL and you should not use the entire URL in the main section like this. So you should not put this entire URL here, because in different test case you might want to use some other path parameter or let's say other query parameters as well. So we should always separate out in given section. We can put some name to this path parameter and we can use that as a variable here. And query parameters you don't have to put at this place. It will be automatically assigned after the path parameter. So what we have seen is basically how to work with path parameters and query parameters. And in this simple example, we have seen these are the query parameters, and server will return a list of object where ID matches with those query parameter. So thanks for watching this session. In the next session, we will have some more interesting topics of rest assured. Thank you one more time.